Alright, I got rained out of the last video and I'm just now getting back to it, so I'm going to start over. Window boxes seem to be taking root, getting a little growth on the Caroline sweet potato vine. We still have our dead Brody juniper. It's got a little green on it there, so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if it's coming back or what the deal is. Did this year. Looks like we got a piece of a shingle off. Check that out. Didn't put the trough in here this year. I do miss it as far as like dipping a quick watering can in there. But we'll see. That hosta gets pretty riddled by the water coming off the roof, so we might have to rethink that. I put the plant stand this way this year. So far liking that better. It's easier to get to the faucet. I need to do something about that. I planted a looks like it's dying. I wonder if it needs water. Well, it might be completely dead. It's not doing well. It's probably getting smothered there. I need to do something with that. It is a Japanese maple. Clematis really going for it right now. No blooms yet, but you need to be weaving it. That rose is really going for it as well. It's huge. Kind of sticking out into the path a little bit much. But it is what it is. This, I took this Brunnera down by half. Planted some out under a tree, but now the hosta's kind of getting out of control. Had to move the path over because of the tater tot arborvitaes were eating the path. Now they're getting eaten by the hosta. So I need to take that down as well. Stand By Me clematis getting ready to do its thing. So far it's working, having it grow up through that planter. I had to change out, I had 2 of these in this container. I ended up taking one out and putting a hoopla in there. I'm not sure how I feel about all those purples, especially once that dahlia in the middle blooms as well. Might be too many different purples. But to me, those are one of the most important containers because I see them every day. I want a lot of color there. This one's looking completely different. That dahlia is getting ready to flower. Again, I put a hoopla in there. So we have a Savari Dusk African Phlox, or I believe it's also called a James Britannia. Wire vine, which I think I might need something with a little more color. I think a sweet potato vine would have been better here. We'll remember that for next year. planted a new hydrangea there. It is the tiny something. I got, yeah, the names are escaping me. Pink vein. That lantana does not match. Does not go. It's probably coming out of there. This is going to flower for the first time. Little white lace cap type flowers. That's pretty. That's getting huge. That tiny wine 9 bark is getting huge. It's probably too big for that area. This might be too big for that area. I am liking the Tierra Pink there. They really do draw your eye when you're driving down the driveway. Of course, the Walker's Low Nepeta doing its thing. Still haven't decided if that's where I'm putting that evergreen. That, I'm not sure if that, can't think of the name of it, is going to keep up with that hosta. It's trying. I have another one of these, but I haven't planted it because I don't know that it can survive that hosta either. I have drip irrigation on that box, and I think that box is doing better than the other one. Plus it gets rain. Peonies are getting ready to pop there. I always thought they were more of a 1st of June, but apparently not. The clematis and the hydrangea is blooming very well this year. Best so far. It's very pretty. I kind of wish they were a little bit darker, but it is what it is. It offers something for the hydrangea when it's not flowering yet. We got a pinkerific dahlia in there. Our hardy geranium is still the highlight of this bed so far. The Alchemilla getting ready to bloom, or it might be blooming. They are not grown for their blooms. Hardy geranium, I will pull a lot of that out, especially all of these front of the border ones once some more, we have some more to look at. Just because they're a little bit too wild for my liking. They're my favorite, like the last video I did, Looking Peak. They offered flowers when nothing else was flowering. I still like them, just not so much front of the border, more back of the border. So I would eventually take some of those out. This one will come out. And some along this front of this border as well. Right from here, though, I want to show you that petunia. It's a Petchoa, I believe. I'll have to look up because it's two-tone. It's a dark so because it's two-tone, it really kind of glows. You can't pick it up in the camera as much, but it's definitely one I would repeat next year. Salvia in here is blooming. It's kind of getting buried, eaten up. I think I am going to take these 2 bushes out. That container's doing really well. Probably my best container. I'm not sure how I feel about that dahlia. I must have, either they were labeled wrong because I have that color and this color. And I think that's the violet. I don't know if that's the Pinkerific. It looks very different from the other one. But here, you can see a little bit how those are two-tone. That elephant ear is doing way better than the others, maybe because it's more sheltered. So here's some more that I'll get rid of, that I'll pull. They're easy to pull, those hardy geraniums. We have a delphinium that's getting ready to bloom. And I kind of like how the hardy geranium is like a skirt for it. That's pretty. Our Morden Blush Rose is getting ready to bloom as well. Still haven't planted that Japanese maple. That clematis is blooming, I think, for the first time. It's a trellis over a trellis, so I need to take that small trellis out come fall. It definitely needs the bigger trellis. I had kind of intended for it to grow up on this side of that hydrangea, but it is too far away from it, I think, to actually successfully grow that hydrangea. The eyeliner lilies. Oh, looks like I do have some red lily beetle in there. And a weed in the back. That is so annoying. That weed is huge. Cut my hosta down by half. And you really, the normal person couldn't tell. I can tell because it used to come over this log by about a foot. So there's a lot of space there. We also have a hardy hibiscus down in there. I don't see any growth on it. I don't know. Maybe it didn't come back. That container there is doing well. I'm really liking that Bacopa, the purple. It's doing really well there. I have another one that's not doing as great, but don't know how I feel about the celosia there in the back of the container. Wants to turn brown. I have that there propping up my tree lilies because they get huge, and then they would get so huge that they flopped way over almost into the grass. So that's working out. I did have to use a wire to pin them to the wall though, because they were so heavy. Those baskets were so heavy that pole couldn't do it on its own. Sun King Aurelia, that's what I was trying to remember. This one's doing well. I still haven't quite decided where all this stuff is getting planted. That's a weeping boxwood, pretty excited about. This peony here is getting ready. This is my favorite. It's Coral Charm. I do think I'm going to. I've ordered some lilies to plant behind there. I can't tolerate the huge blank hole until those hardy hibiscus come up. It takes them forever to break dormancy. Eventually I probably need to move this daylily, although it is holding its own. I don't like that it looks like it's getting eaten up by the other plants. I did have this all cleaned out, but I didn't mulch, so it's getting weedy again. Still haven't decided where I'm planting. Wow, they need some water. I forgot to water them yesterday. It's not good. Got some lamium over here that I'm kind of hoping will fill in. But this corner still needs to be dealt with. I really like the structure that Mr. Bowling Ball adds to this corner. Not sure about the tater tot arborvitaes. They are looking way better. They were looking pretty damaged from the winter. All right. Trimmed out this bed again, or this year. Redesigned it a little bit, but haven't mulched it, so it's becoming very weedy again. Those are not going there. They're just sitting there for right now because I was debating on switching them out with these tater tots. Those are green mountain boxwoods, which do the best for me. Another delphinium here, a single. I don't have really great luck with my delphiniums coming back. So this container has those elephant ear are still looking pretty ratty, but they at least have a new leaf coming now. Love this fan flower, I believe it's called. That one is Proven Winners purple. Probably the healthiest, prettiest annual that came from Romance Gardens this year. And then I have 3 Salvia Amistad. And then just some other plants. Love these. Got these from Kevin. Love the texture. Some pink iris from Mom's Garden. Need to do something so they don't flop. I've got 2. That's a lilac hardy hibiscus that I transplanted there this year. I have another one I need to transplant because they were getting buried. I think this is the Summerific, the Storm, Perfect Storm. Not my favorite, but it does get huge. Reminiscent Pink Rose, new this year. I have a dahlia planted there in the middle and a new hibiscus. That one was a mistake. I ordered 3 of those, the smallest panicle, and they sent me, I want to say they're tiny Quickfire. They sent me the next size up of the Quickfire. My peach foxglove are starting to bloom. Love those. Dalmatian peach. Planted some new dianthus. These are probably not gonna go there. I don't know. Another dianthus. I have some other tidbits. No, they're not tidbits. I just think they're tiny quick fires. I don't know. That's an Otto's Trill. I see now the tag. Dahlia. Looks like maybe it's getting eaten. I should put some slug bait down there. Man, I see so much stuff I need to do. These are new. They look like they could use some water too. This is past its prime. Should have gotten it on the first video. Another iris. Not my favorite. Neither of these are. So I should just get rid of them, right? If you don't like them, I'm not a huge fan. That one I guess is burgundy, but it looks a little brownish to me. This I totally rearranged. We pulled up some huge... I had a bunch of non-flowering shrubs. I don't want a bunch of non-flowering shrubs, so we tore them out. That is my Lady of Shalott. It needs some work. Needs to be trimmed back, all that dead taken off of it. Did not fare very well this winter. Still haven't moved my Munstead roses. They're buried back there. Need to do that. That iris isn't as bad with the light pink and purple. Oh, got my first daylily getting ready to bloom. It's also being eaten, swallowed up by this humongous Gingerwine 9 bark. I did trim back this. Yeah, now the name escapes me. Those are beautiful. That's the first time this year I don't even remember planting them or what they are, but they're like a raspberry colored lupin. Beautiful. There's some more clashing. I think it clashes. I don't know. It's a purple iris I didn't know I had. It does match the different kind of iris in the back of it. Just not sure about that red peony or burgundy colored peony. I know a lot of people like purple and red together, but I don't know. This part of the yard needs serious work. Haven't gotten here yet. This is so weedy, it's horrible. See, and then we come back to this color. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that color. More of that pink or peach colored one from Mom's Garden. I've moved that one around quite a bit. Really like this light blue one. There's a lot of it. But it's offering color right now with the pink lupins. Considering planting that barberry there. Love these. They're probably the highlight of the garden right now, in my opinion.